All right. And first I'll share my t-shirt because my sons, they think it's really, they don't understand. See this? It's a, yeah. And my kids are like, what is that thing, Dad? You know, what is that?
That is
I
funny.
said, son, it's a 3.5-inch floppy disk. What? And I said, that wasn't even the first one. There was a 5 1/4 before that.
That's right.
The grandfather, right?
And it was much floppier.
And it was
Very.
much floppier. Yeah, and you can keep going. There was a bit of 8-inch version of that, and it goes way back. Anyway, my kids thought that was pretty funny. So, but I'm not quite sure they understood. Anyway, welcome everybody to ExO Economy Core. This is the meeting where please everyone share the link out for this is the time like to get the links out. It's like I'm just killing a minute, but this is where we get together each week and we talk about our respective projects that affect the EXO economy, the EXOs blockchain, and all the things related. We do take questions, haven't been getting a lot of questions, but we do take questions. And if there are any outstanding questions that anyone has collected over the course of the week, please paste them in the chat or something. We'll add them in at the agenda round after the project updates following that, okay? And don't be shy, all of us here on this, because you're all doing amazing work. And if you do have something that's not 100% directly related, but super cool for EXO in general that you just want to tell people, please do, because I've been watching the stats on YouTube and sometimes we get a fair number of views. I don't know what the pattern is, but sometimes we get a fair number of views on the long tail and sometimes we don't. But yeah, just, people will see this in posterity of the meeting. So very good. And we did find Yaroslav. Welcome, Yaroslav. Today, Yaroslav has asked for a couple of extra minutes at the beginning in order to make some updates. So as soon as I'm done talking, I will hand off to him. Then I'm going to make the suggestion today that we do popcorn style because, quite frankly, I just didn't get enough sleep last night and I'll probably forget who went last. So after you speak today, please hand off to the person next to you or anybody whose updates you just can't wait to hear until we have them all done, okay? And then it'll come back to me. And that should work out quite nicely. To Swego on the YouTube chat, hello to you too. Thank you for saying hi this morning. And to anybody else watching on YouTube, if you have questions about the EXO economy, about EXOs, about where things are, ask away. I'll do my level best to answer you. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you and we'll go away and research it. All right. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna kick it over to you, Yaroslav, to start us today.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Kent, and thank you, everybody. I had some trouble joining, but I'm here on time, so that's very good. So I wanted to today speak about a proposal that I have actually posted today on Sway. It's a proposal for a certain amount of EXO, 120,000 actually, and they are all meant to go to sponsor the EXO Awards, the first edition of EXO Awards that is happening. And I wanted to just kind of step back a little bit and explain everybody the kind of the context for EXO Awards and also tell you the updates we've had so far because we are kind of way in the middle of the project. So overall, the context is that because we operate a very distributed community, we're essentially equipping our community members with tools and with support. And then it's for them to go out there and apply the tools, apply the EXO model, and either applied in their own companies as entrepreneurs or applied with companies as they are consultants and coaches. But because we do that, it's sometimes a little bit difficult for us kind of from the center to be able to kind of track the impact, even know about the impact. We kind of hear about things anecdotally. But while we are all quite hungry for stories of people applying EXO in all different places, it's kind of a little bit hard for us to come across these stories. And we were thinking with the team about a mechanism that we can deploy that would actually kind of incentivize people to come with us with those stories so we can have those stories and we can publish them for everybody to see because a lot of especially new members are always asking what's been done with these tools, what's been done with that, what's been done with that, and we don't have those stories. So we wanted to gather those stories in one place and perhaps even do so on an ongoing basis. But we also wanted to highlight the impact that is happening. We are kind of, as a community, we are at it for 3-4 years. And I think our task needs to now more than ever include actually narrating the difference that is being done out there, because we know that there is a lot of people who are taking the tools, who are tangibly making a difference in the world with them. But we need to be able to gather those stories and to tell those stories, and also to highlight those community members who have been kind of brave ones and have gone out there, have put their skin in the market, they've sold the project, they delivered things, that they experimented. It's always much harder at the beginning than when you're been doing it for a long time. So for all these reasons, because we wanted to gather case studies, because we wanted to highlight community members, and because we just kind of wanted to celebrate what's being done with the tools that we are giving people, we have decided to run the ExO Awards for the first time. We actually have an event that is happening next Thursday. So far, we've had kind of the application period and then some voting period. So in the application period, we had over 50 different applications in 6 different categories. We have existing companies applying ExO, new companies. We have consulting, training, and coaching engagements, and then an open category that kind of emerged out of the community. And there are some super exciting projects there. We've had over 1,000 community members who have voted. So we have over 1,000 votes for the awards that have been kind of there. And we are now actually kind of finalizing the results. And also we have our distinguished jury of Salim, Stewart, Sujaya, and Denise Robertson. And they're going to be actually voting this Thursday. And then we'll put together the community vote, the jury vote, and we'll be announcing the results tomorrow. Next week on Thursday. And basically the proposal is asking for EXOs to fund this. So we have promised in each one of the 6 categories, the winner would get 10,000 EXOs. Then the second place will get 6,000 EXOs, and the third place will get 4,000 EXOs. So if you have 6 categories, that's 20,000 EXOs per category, and 6 categories altogether is 120,000 EXOs. Actually, all of the money will go to community members. So that is like not even an EXO that goes elsewhere. It's basically just taking it from the treasury and giving it to 18 different community members for the outstanding work that they have done. So I just wanted to give everybody a context, kind of describe why we're doing it. All of the people who have applied, all of the 52, 53 case studies, they will be published. If they give us permission, they will be published in the platform afterwards. So the community will not miss those case studies. But this proposal is specifically just to give an award to these. Happy to answer any questions either now or on WhatsApp or via email. And if you have all the information, you can go check out the proposal, raise your questions there as well. Happy to answer there and would appreciate your vote.
Any questions for Yaroslav about the EXO Awards, a celebration of our community's achievements over the last few years, which is awesome. Yaroslav, thank you. Oh, there we go.
Could you post real quick the link to the SWAY proposal?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll put that in the YouTube chat as well, Yaroslav, after posting the chat here. Okay, and anybody else? Okay, that's great. Moving on, Yaroslav, pick someone to go next.
All right, Lisa, over to you.
All right. So, yeah, I got an article out last week about the awards event, giving people a little more also context about the event. And I am finishing up an article about Suman's experience with the 10-week sprint in India. Got 2 more in the works. I've invited a lot of community members to the EXO Insight website as contributors. So hopefully we'll get some more articles out. Have another article from Kent coming out this week as well. And so that's going well. Working with Salim, Mike Malone, and Peter on the book. And so we're just pushing through. So hopefully we'll have more.
Lisa, did we show insights yet here? I thought we did. But if anybody does not know the publication Lisa is talking about, this is called EXO Insight. It's a new publication that went live last week, and the highlighted article is an article about the EXO Awards that Yaroslav just updated about. I wrote my first article on this publication for the team as a primer on distributed autonomous organizations. Hint, hint, we are an emerging DAO. So pretty cool and long way to go, but pretty cool. Anyway, so check it out. Please go ahead and check it, share it, subscribe, and you'll get notified of the updates that we post periodically here. And we hope that it becomes a useful and valuable tool. All those case studies, Yaroslav, perhaps there's something we can do also to make them shareable through here as well. Be it an article or something. I don't know. We'll have to look and see. But that's an idea I just was thinking would be nice. So Lisa, just showing your work there.
Awesome. And that's it.
Okay, pick someone to go next, Lisa.
I'll go to Kevin. He's right next to you.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Lisa. So from my side, on the treasury front, actually, we're most likely going to be needing to get another tranche of EXOs, because our first amount of EXOs is coming very close to being done, which is quite exciting, because it means that, you know, there's a lot that's been happening around the community.
Hey, Kevin. It means that almost 2 million EXOs have been distributed to projects throughout the EXO ecosystem and economy, to be very clear. And that's outstanding. So thank you to the treasurers and the team.
Absolutely. And so just another reminder that, you know, if there are people who want to be part of the treasury, we did put up the link last time. I could quickly go find it again and just stick it up. If you're interested in joining the treasury, I will quickly copy that and paste it into the chat over here on YouTube. And
just to sell that for you a little bit more, by participating in the treasury, you get to be a part of the early governance efforts of an emerging DAO. Everybody says they want to know about DAOs. The people who've actually worked in and on DAOs are the ones who are really going to learn how to do it. So there you go.
Absolutely. And then yesterday we met with Nikki and Angelo and Joel to speak about some stuff, just around the 30 doubling challenge, and Nikki showed some of the data, and it's super overwhelming, like how much was collected and what to actually do with that, how to best use it, and man, there's a whole lot that can be done there. And then another super exciting thing that's linked to EXOs is hopefully everybody saw on at the end of last week or in their email today, we, together with Wellways, are making Salbrea breast disease detection devices available for EXOs. It is an initial experiment. We want to get Salbrea out to community members. We have 200 right now to get out to community members. So if you or a loved one essentially, you know, needs one of these devices or would benefit from trying out one of these devices, please do sign up on the application so that we can get that through to you.
Hey, Kevin,
so that's really, yes.
Do you ask for the profile link or login ID to the platform for that application? Because we do want these to go to OpenEXO community members, right?
Yeah, we are asking. We're asking for. We're only asking for email, and we're using that as a way to. So if it's not an email that's on the platform, we'll then do a second double check that it's not someone's second email that they haven't used.
Okay.
So it will be community members, and of course, you know, if you're a community member who can't use the device and you have a loved one that can, that would be counting too. There have been some people who were like, yeah, I want, 5 or 6 or whatever. We'll that's unlikely up front in this round, but that's super exciting. That we can do that.
That's what it looks like, if anybody wonders.
Absolutely, and I will get the link to the circle post up in the chat once I'm done here, and then, of course, Yaroslav's already mentioned the EXO Awards. It really is important that, like, as a community, we are coming together to celebrate what the community is doing. So please do make sure you're getting involved in that. And then the last thing that I would like to share is that the next round of Open EXO Live, the next round of the application for the next round of Open EXO Lives is essentially what I'm calling season 3. Is now open. So if you are interested in being a part of Open EXO Live, so being interviewed live for 25 minutes to share what you're doing in the realm of EXO, please do go and apply for that opportunity. And it'll be in the first one of season 3 will be in September, early September, because we still got a few, and we'll have 1 week break in between. So I will also put the link of that in the chat. So I think that's everything from me, and I will hand over to Nikki.
That's good.
Right, thank you. We have a new role that's been posted in the community, and it is a customer support role for the ExO Economy. So anybody that's got experience in not only blockchain, cryptocurrency, or decentralized finance, but those people who are in service to letting the community know how to go about this in the best way. So it's a customer support role. It's a hierarchy. Basically, there's a leader that's going to be getting the team on board to cover different time zones, to answer questions in Discord, and to be sort of active in the community so that everybody has a better experience. Because as we learn and get more and more people enrolled in using the wallets, using the tokens, there are troubleshooting that has to happen. And naturally, with the mainstream just learning this, it sometimes is troublesome and people try and quit. So we're trying to prevent that from happening and have everybody have a good experience, or the best that it can be. We had go ahead.
Hey, Nikki, there's a new feature in the marketplace that allows you to share opportunities. So yes. If you want, I'll post the link to that opportunity.
Please.
Okay, I'll do that for you right now. Carry on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's on my to-do list. You're faster than I am.
Yeah, I got it.
So last week I attended a 3-day digital currency event, and it was mind-blowing to say the least. I've got the recordings. I'm going to be extracting intelligence from that, turning it into FAQ answers and stories and articles for the blogs, etc. So that's really good content. From that, I'm going to write the story of the Exos to Wexos path, because that's coming soon. And once it goes public, it'll be like this massive education experience. So hopefully we're going to have infographics, tutorials on video as well as audio, and then the written word so that you can follow in whichever way you learn best. And after that, we've got a new app in development. The conversation we had with Kevin and Jill and Angelo yesterday was amazing. And excitedly, Jill's going to demo that today. So I want you to look and see what we've done to do a day by day. Here's how you rank within the community, and here's how you earn Exos as though you're in a game. Okay, here I am. I'm chatting up somebody anyway. Here's a behavior I can do, and I can earn some tokens. So it's kind of an interesting way of going about badging the community for being active. And some of us are more competitive than others. So I really look forward to that little exercise. We also showed a game, I think it was last week, Angelo, that did sort of a spin the wheel kind of thing to earn ExOs. So we're exploring all the different territories and making this a fun experience. And this is all for helping people up level to the decentralized finance conversation that's bound to happen, whether we're ready or not. We're interviewing people for future podcasts and for speakers and content production, that sort of thing. So interested in people with blockchain, cryptocurrency, and finance experience. And we just want to hear and know as much as we possibly can. It's just an abundance. One of the needs I have around that is to find the best tools to syndicate all that content across all the proper channels. So our website in the economy matches the website in OpenExO, which matches the insights, articles, et cetera, et cetera. So I understand there are a few, but I just need to know the right people and the right questions to ask to get to that. And then hopefully I've got a message out to you, Yaroslav. Thanks for the invitation to do so. We want to slot in the July 29th event at the ExO Awards to do an update, basically on the 30 doubling challenge, to update on where we are with ExOs, Wexos, and then a little bit on DeFi. So just a little slot to say, here's where we are, here's where we're going, and this is another way to plug into the community. And that's it. So let's go to Jill so we can do the demo.
Thanks, Nikki. Let's see if I can share my screen. All right. Sorry, take my sticky notes off. All right. So this is okay. This is an app built on something called Glide. So it's building an app by using Excel as its base still, with very little coding, using just Excel coding, basically the stuff that I can do. So this is how the front page looks at the moment. So you'll get like a welcome screen. You'll put in a username and your profile, and you'll click the done button, and then it'll take you to your profile. And so it has your profile picture. So I only had a picture of my son, and what rank you're in, and the challenges that you've obviously completed. So if you come down to the bottom to challenges here, this is what it'll look like on a phone. So you share the app via your URL, which you save to your home screen. They are looking at actually, there are ways to push it onto the app stores. I'm going to have to read up a little bit about it, because you have to do it, and it's not as simple as 1, 2, 3. But at the moment, the way to share it is through URL or through a code, little figure code that you scan. So anyway, you come here to challenges, and you'll see all the challenges here. This is going to help where we're not going to be able to have doubles, etc. anymore, because you're not going to be able to, once you've completed the challenge, you'll see it becomes complete over here. So this is going to be the day-to-day engagement tasks. So we're still looking at which ones to actually add to this before it goes live. So for instance, if I click on social media posts, it'll explain what you need to do, how many ExOs you'll get for it, etc., etc. Once you complete this challenge, we're still looking for verification. So you'll add, for instance, let me just add any random thing over here. No, probably that would be quicker. And it'll then, once it's added, sorry, it takes a bit of time, you'll then say submit. You'll see you can't submit it again. So it says it's pending approval, and you can't submit it again. Then as an admin, which I can make as many admins as you want, you'll see Jill's submitted a challenge, and she submitted a social media post. Here it is here. You click here, you can download the attachment, see what it is, and go, yeah, that's right, and just approve the challenge. But before I approve the challenge, let's just go here to see. At the moment, I've got 1 ExO here, and I'm on novice. And that specific challenge was 10. So once I come to admin over here, and as admin approve this challenge, it says challenge approved. If you come to my profile, you'll see I've now got 11 ExOs, and it shows me that I'm moving up. So obviously all the stuff that we were doing a little bit manual is now all in the back end, and it's doing it on its own. At the moment, you could see the ranks. once you hit 100 EXOs, you'll move to bronze, silver, gold, and as you'll move in the ranks. I also want to put in, I was speaking to Nikki about badges, so we can do like an engagement badge. Once you do 5 engagement tasks, you'll get an engagement badge, and that will then also be added to your profile. So you could have your challenges, your badges, etc., etc. So there is quite a lot that we can do to just build engagement. But that's what it is for now, and yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
That's awesome, Nikki. Sorry, that's awesome, Jillian. Thank you. Really, really cool to see that coming to life.
And
Please.
to Eric.
Thanks, Jillian. Nice work. Nice job, Nikki. Super exciting to see that. All right, so Najib is with us. He'll give us an update momentarily. I'll probably go to him next regarding EXOs to market. But I think as everybody knows, even though you may not be, of course, hearing or seeing a whole lot, work is happening a lot behind the scenes, right? So thanks again to Najib and team. As a matter of fact, the Open EXO Developer Network group is meeting again this Fridays. We do meet every month, just the developers. So work is ongoing with that, with our Ethereum bridge and the Wexos. So stay tuned for more updates with that. We're hoping to hit another milestone by the end of the month. Core Treasury.
I'm sorry to interrupt you on that, but I've asked, and Nikki's helping to put together a slot at the July 29th EXO Awards event, where we're going to pile in a bunch of updates as fast as we can do them efficiently. So just look ahead to that. And I don't know if Najib will show any today, but we got some new screenshots along the way as well. And I'll leave that to him, whatever he does or doesn't demo, but it's coming along nicely. So thanks. Sorry.
Awesome. Yeah, no worries. Thanks, team. And again, just a reminder for folks, if you haven't already heard, which by now you should have, as Yaroslav was mentioning, the Open EXO Transformation Awards is a week from Thursday, July 29th at 9 Eastern, 1500 European. So you'll get to see all the winners and their presentations and learn a whole lot, including what's happening with the EXO economy. So looking forward to that. Core Treasury wise, as Kevin mentioned, we are looking to bring in additional treasurers. So if you're interested, reach out to Kevin, myself, Gerardo, Vanessa, or Cesar, the current treasurers. We're happy to talk you with that. It's real simple. Basically, you'll just join us on our weekly meetings. You'll show up to these meetings, kind of get you up to speed, and we'll kind of train you as we go along. And it's pretty exciting. As you heard, we are starting to make our way through the first tranche of 2 million EXOs. So really, really psyched about that. Continuing to work with Angela, who will be up shortly talking more about the EXOS Academy. And Lisa talked about the second edition of the Exponential Organizations, the book, and the related course that will be available as well. So looking forward to that. And just lastly, a few other kind of community related notes. We're continuing to do a lot of discussions on the Clubhouse app. So we do have an Open EXO Club. And usually any of the events that you see us host, and again, by the way, anybody in the community can run a room in Clubhouse through the Open EXO Club. Just reach out to Kevin, Alan, or myself. Happy to show you how to do that. It's really simple. And we've had this ongoing series on massive transformative purpose, trust, and exponential individuals. The next session is this Thursday, so you could search for that on Clubhouse and other apps. But looking forward to kind of continuing that conversation. We've had some pretty interesting guests and people pop up in the audience. So that's my update. And on to Najib.
Yep. Thank you, Eric, and everyone. Like I said, everyone, we have been working on the gateway. Gateway has a few aspects, and I think it's time to start to show you where we are. I recorded it's a little bit controlled, but where we are before that we start here, I'm gonna show the end to end, at least until we just people is gonna process their own tokens in the wallet. But basically where we are right now, we are working on the edge cases. We want to try to see as much as possible that we are able to catch all those things that people will unimaginable will be doing it. And then, that's so far where we are. We already have a testing the smart contract. We are testing all the functionalities of our smart contract, especially looking for to see how much is going to be the best estimate for each of the functions in terms of the gas consumption there. That is assuming in this case, at least at the beginning, by opening ExO. And then basically, like you guys know, everything is started on the actual core wallet. You need to log in. Once you log in, then we have a specific button here that is for the swap. And then here it's very important. This first swap is on ExO. It's called Waxos, but later on, and I'm going to explain a little bit more into the details, you may have more buttons for other decentralized exchanges. It could be the one for Binance, that is PancakeSwap. It could be Uniswap, but then all of them will be eventually here, and that then people can select where they want to swap ExOs. ExOs in this case, the first one is going to be to WXOs. Then here you will still have the educational part, but here is where I want to show here is very important. We will have a minimal amount that people or the gateway is going to receive. What is the actual maximum amount to, and when is going to be the distribution. Distribution is our per day, so per batches. Here we want people to be aware when will be that delay. We expect that has the latest that is going to be done on that day, and eventually people can just go and enter their amount and the amount that they're going to receive and where they are going to receive it on their WXs. Is very important. Here is case sensitive, even though that this is an hexadecimal. This is an address that is going to be getting from MetaMask, that is the wallet that we will be using. Need to be proceeding, be aware that this is a non-reverse transaction. And after that, you need to enter your password, because basically you are sending 0.1 from your wallet to the gateway. That's that, or whatever amount that you want to swap, then you need to approve that. Here is, we have some messages that because we are testing the cases we are showing here, but we want to show you what is the process of where we are doing. And basically is that we are building the transaction and we are signing the order. And basically the transaction is going to be on the list of transactions. Here, the first thing is you send it to us, to the gateway, but immediately it's not approved. We need to be sure that it's not double spending on the people that send us the tokens. We need certain number of confirmation. It's going to take just a few minutes. Then after that, we will the user will receive in their own wallet. It's going to replace this message that here we have both then because we were testing it. But then the most important is that the order being accepted and when those WXs will be distributed. In this case, this date is going to be according with the local date of the computer. In this case, we were doing it on a different time zone that the reason it's showing here. But if someone is on GMT on the Pacific Coast, it's going to show the local time. It's something that we try just to people to be aware, not to the UTC or something like that. Then after that, this is going to be once the tokens are processed on this day, is going to show that it's being processed. Here is super important that this is being done on this case on Ethereum, or in this case Uniswap, and then after that you can click this one and you can see the entire detail of the transaction. And it's basically what we will be doing. What is the estimate that we hopefully next week we can be closer or not just deploying the contract on the mainnet, because then we will decide when we will be going live. That's the next step. That is so far where we are. For some of you guys, I know that we have an issue with the T-bot. It was already resolved with Kevin. Thanks a lot for that feedback, or something was going on this morning. But thanks a lot for that. And same for people that were just finding some issues with data this week. It's already there.
Hey, Najib, did you have the screenshots handy of the other end of it? I know that your team's working on the gateway, but there were 3 new screenshots that came through of the dashboard that the gateway connects to for the Uniswap trades. Do you have those or no?
I'm sorry, which one?
There were some screenshots of the rest. So you know what? I'll dig them up. We'll have to put a pause. I'll let somebody else go and I'll find them. I'll do it, Najib. But we got screenshots in from the dashboard dev team where it connects the gateway to the dashboard, right, through your MetaMask wallet and allows you to do.
Yeah, I don't have those ones. I know what you're
talking
about. Yeah, but I don't.
Okay, yeah. I'll show them in a minute. I didn't have them ready. I thought that would be in your on
my flow.
Demo.
No, we did. We have an issue creating the video, but the idea was to go that far. But the idea we are so close to put all the pieces together that the idea is just to release internally to play. We need people to use it partly for a few days, and that's the idea for this week.
Don't worry, I'll download. There were 3 screenshots that were shared, so I'll grab those and show everybody. And then before you kick this over to someone else, just to sort of wrap everything that Najib just told and showed you, we're making ExOs interoperable with Ethereum, right? The ExOs blockchain interoperable with the Ethereum blockchain. This allows us to do interesting things like trade on Uniswap between Wexos and Ethereum, and there'll be many, many other things over time. This is just the beginning, and it's been a pretty epic amount of work. And so Najib and team, thank you. Chris, who's not on the call, thank you. It's been a long project. It has taken longer than we thought it would take. That is not a sin in the development world. The key is that you just continue to communicate and share and show progress, because sometimes things don't always work out the way you think they will at first, and it is a complex beast. So, and Najib and in his teams in particular, they're incredibly careful about every last little bit of things. They make sure everything works right. They make sure everything's safe and secure. They're doing that to protect you and to protect the ExO economy. So be patient, everyone, and all of you, you know who I'm talking to, who are sending me funny messages. But the thing is, everybody's working very hard, and we should be very, very proud of the accomplishments that we have thus far, and we're getting close. So that's awesome. So Najib, back to you. Please kick it over to the next person.
Thanks a lot. And again, we are very close. We hope that we'll go live soon. I would let Cesar that I know he has some projects with some updates with the sister economies.
Yeah, just quickly, I just shared in the chat a link to a blog post we did through the chains about the bridge. If you want to read more what the
nice.
Explaining. And it's there, so ExO Economy can repurpose anytime. So from
nice. Hey Cesar, we'll also try to syndicate that over to the new Insights publication.
Yes, I already connect with Lisa. So
awesome.
So yes, I know we are open to that. That's the idea, and we have few other articles there as well, so everything can be syndicated. That's perfect. And then from the sister economies, the main thing going on now is with Rutanio. As you know, on the 27th, they celebrate the 2nd anniversary. So for that anniversary, they are preparing an engagement, gamification campaign. So maybe Jill is not here anymore, I think. So Jill maybe will be,
she's here.
There, sorry. Yeah, maybe it will be good at some point to connect, because the tool that you are using could be helpful to Rutanio and vice versa. The tool that they are using could be something good for ExO Economy as well. So they are doing some games, some trivias. Actually, Angelo is involved in some of them. And Polly and Lorena, they are the ones who are driving that. And they will be announcing that in the coming days. And that will be an important campaign that will be running in the following weeks. There are some other local activities, mainly within Medellin and Colombia, and additional partnerships and a lot of stuff happening there, but they are more local. So I will say the more important update is that they are preparing the engagement campaign and the gamification campaign, and they are also using another tool there. So it will be good to compare tools.
Awesome. I got one question, and I'm going to do a quick interrupt. I got one question from YouTube that I want to repeat here. Thank you, Rodrigo, for the question. He asks Najib. He's asking Najib, but I answered him. And Najib, if you want to add to the answer, please do. Rodrigo asks, the maximum amount of ExOs to be swapped will change over time, or will always be 10 ExOs maximum? This is basically training wheels. We're starting here while the community starts to understand these tools, feel comfortable with the interoperability, how the exchange works, how the gateway works, how the dashboard works. It's really important that people take a little time. So yes, we are putting training wheels on the system to protect it, to protect the community, to protect the economy. So it is a temporary thing.
Yeah, I just want to confirm, and just for everyone, all the values that I share were only for our testing. It's not that
Right.
the minimal, no, it's going to be 0.1, and its maximum is not going to be 10. It was
That's
for
right.
our testing, and we are doing that like 100 tests per day. Then we need to have small amounts. That's then we can do it a lot of times. But those values are going to be defined, and like Ken mentioned, they will be changing as we move forward and we are learning.
Yeah, and I will take a moment. I did find those things. So let me show these screenshots really quick. This is in companion with the work that Najib has showed. So I need to pin myself. No, you can see me. It's good. Okay, so when you go through the gateway and you put some EXOs, you take some EXOs, you turn them, convert them into WEXOs. You store the WEXOs in your Ethereum wallet, which most people will tend to use MetaMask. Once they're in there, then you can start to interact. And the first thing we're bringing online is Uniswap. And this is the liquidity part of doing all of this. We're doing all of this to add liquidity to the token through DeFi marketplaces. So what you see here, and again, just like Najib just said, these are test things. Pay no attention to numbers, to yields, to prices. They don't mean anything, right? This is not live. This is all test harness stuff. So this is what the dashboard looks like when you land on it. And then the second page is where showing you where you can buy and sell and trade WEXOs against approved other tokens, which in our case will be Ethereum in the beginning. And then the third screen is what your sort of holdings and everything looks like from the dashboard point of view. So really cool. I was super excited to get all of this from the development team. This is absolutely in companion, and Najib's teams and the dashboard dev teams are working together. One of the key last things to do is once everything's tested on both ends of the deal is to connect them, to connect the bridge to the dashboard, and then the dashboard connects to Uniswap. And then we have our first public market for the EXOs token through Ethereum interoperability with EXOs to WEXOs. And DeFi is a little complicated compared to, say, centralized exchanges. Just to let everybody out there know, because I get this question literally every day, we are actively pursuing appropriate centralized exchange listings for our community and the resources it has. So I'm really optimistic about that these days, and I'll keep everybody posted here as much and as quickly as I can. But this is all happening in parallel. So while Najib and his team are working very hard on this DeFi side, I've been working some on the centralized exchange side, and I hope to have more fun things to announce soon. Okay, thanks. And Najib, you can hand it off, or Cesar, you can hand it off.
Yeah, and from my side, I'm done now. My update.
Pick a new one.
Okay, pick someone, please, who hasn't gone.
Angelo, maybe. Angelo.
Yeah, I'm here. Waiting my turn. How you doing, guys? Good to see you. I just logged my webcam because my internet, as you know, is not the best. Rural area, and yeah, I've been involved in different fronts. One of them is the academy. The other one is the engagement activities, and yeah, we are discussing several alternatives to reach different levels with our community. Our main focus is to increase participation, increase usability, and also increase knowledge. You know, knowledge is key for us in our stage. That's why we are testing the academy right now in a beta testing system, which is pretty good. Hopefully at the end of the month, maybe we're having some news about it, as Nikki say. And related to the project that I've been working on, the EFC, English for Shame project, is still moving. We are having a different team from everywhere, but it's a bit slow because when you're trying to connect new people with them all together, it's a new beginning again, and you start working and setting up different conditions. And also, I would like to talk about a project which is called EduCascard. And EduCascard is ONG based in Barcelona, and Cinta La Casa. We have an advisor call, and she's doing an amazing job over there in Madagascar, and I would like to bring it here to the SWAY proposal soon. We are working on it because they are impacting a lot of people over there in terms of, you know, maybe for us, have a max is simple, you know, but they are building their own max. They are building their own hygienic system. It's truly inspiring what they are doing, but it's truly challenging. And on the other hand, I am being involved with the Rutanio team, and we are working on the engagement activities, as Cesar mentioned, and we are getting ready for the celebration of the second year next week. I was confused, it was 28 or 27, Cesar, but as you mentioned, 27, and there you go, it's 27. And on the other hand, we're still having a test with all of the Marcelo Burman platform, which is almost 30 something different initiatives for engagement. And that takes us a lot of time, but we are having a kind of agreement with Marcelo in terms of they will provide us the hand of the system, you know? Because for me, it's taking me a lot of time, and I can't do it all. For me, I need to divide and conquer. That's why we are going to have an agreement with Marcelo, and just let him know which one we're planning to use, and he can convert us to the current option of easypromos.com. And there you go. That's my update.
Thank you, Angelo. Let's see, who hasn't gone yet? I've lost track a little bit there. Lisa, did you go? I think you did go.
I did.
Okay, did we get everyone? Please raise your hand if you did not go. Okay, I think we got everybody. Okay, so we've got about 7 minutes left. What I want to ask is let me double check and see if there's anything in the questions over here. Nope, just Rodrigo. So if anybody has anything, and you're looking in our whole world, all the project updates you've just heard, all the things you might know about in EXO land, all of the things that you might think could bring something interesting in. Angelo's been doing a lot of that with his maps and with his experiments with different engagement techniques. You know, Nikki with all of her efforts around marketing and content creation. What can we do to drive awareness, engagement? What can we do to get other people interested in what we're doing here? Would be an interesting way to close out today's talk. Or if you simply just need something for your project or what you're doing to move it forward and you don't know the next step or who to contact, this is the moment to ask. So I will ask now, please raise your hand, either actually like this or in the virtual world with the Zoom thing, if you have a need. Okay, nothing in chat. Project updates are very comprehensive around here, so that's not terribly surprising. Okay, nobody in the chat has anything. Nobody on YouTube has anything, and nobody here has anything. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Can you see Nikki's hand?
Nikki's hand is over there.
I didn't see it, so I got to go to gallery mode.
Sometimes you ignore me because I talk so much. I'm sorry.
That's not the case this time, so you're okay. Fine. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. I mentioned it earlier. I just want to say I am so open to suggestions on the tools that it takes to syndicate content, because we all have valuable stuff to share. And it happens in segments, but it doesn't happen everywhere. So I'm looking for AI, ML, anything like that I can play with, or that anybody can bring to the table and augment what we're up to, because it's so important. That's it.
Awesome. So yeah, so if anybody can help Nikki on that, you know, we've done a lot of consolidation throughout the entire EXO ecosystem on the way that the websites work and look and menuing to bring everything kind of together, so it's a lot easier to navigate. This is a highly distributed system, and it is challenging sometimes. You do something in one place and you want it to ripple out through, but it gets blocked or stopped and you don't always know why. So we'll continue to work on that, Nikki. I've got some ideas that may be helpful that I'll toss your way. And if anybody else does, please share with Nikki to help her find the best next step. Okay, last call. Anybody? All right, nope. Okay. Thank you all. Wonderful round of updates today. Every week, I think maybe we should do this every couple of weeks instead of every week. And then I realized, no, there's no way we could possibly fit this in if we only did it every 2 weeks. So we're going to keep on where we are and keep on keeping on. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your